Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Beverly and today we have a thighs and glutes workout, really focusing on the lower body, targeting our hips and our glutes along with our core to help strengthen and lengthen those muscles. So let's get started. So from here we're going to turn to the side. We're going to do a half roll down. So I want you to keep both of your knees bent and you're going to reach your arms forward. So you're going to plug those shoulders down into your back. Open up the chest. You're going to start by curling the pelvis under. So you're going to feel those low abs engage. You're going to roll down halfway, and then you're going to roll it all the way back up. Again, big inhale. Exhale, curl the pelvis under, and then lift it all the way back up. Keeping the chest open. You're going to roll it halfway, feeling that rib cage come in and together as you lift on up. You have one more here. Curling that pelvis under, rolling it down halfway, and then lifting it all the way back up. So now we're going to do a full roll down. So you can scoot towards the edge of your mat if you'd like, especially if you're a little bit taller. You're going to curl the pelvis under, and you're going to roll down, connecting that rib cage in and together. And you're going to reach your arms overhead. Extend your legs nice and long. And then from here, you're going to just place your arms down by your sides, and you're going to bend both of your knees. So we're going to go into spinal articulation next. So with this move, I really want you to focus on keeping the chest open, and you're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. So you're going to curl the pelvis under. You're rolling it on up to that bridge top position. So from here, inhale at the top. Exhale, roll it back down again, one vertebrae at a time, keeping the chest open, and you're lengthening through your spine. So if this spinal articulation doesn't feel good on your body, you can always lift your hips up and down in a bridge. So from here, pressing the back of your arms into the mat, inhale to prepare, and then exhale, draw your belly button towards your spine, roll it all the way up. One vertebrae at the top. Inhale. Exhale, roll it on down. So you're making that connection with the mat between the shoulder blades through that mid-back section, low back to release. And again, rolling on up so you find that length through your spine. And once you get to the top, you want to find that length through your thighs. And you want to create some space between your rib cage and your hips here. And then you're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time to that start position. You have one more. Big inhale. Exhale, peel it all the way back up. So you get to that top position here, engaging your glutes. And then lower all the way back down. Think one vertebrae at a time. So from here, you can extend your arms up towards the ceiling. So plugging those shoulders down into your back to keep the chest open. You're going to lift your hips up into a bridge, and you're going to lower your arms down. So you're going to lift up and then take it back down. So really focusing on pressing through both of your feet evenly. So you're engaging through your hamstrings to the back of your legs here. Lift and lower. Working through your glutes, lifting on up and then back down. And again, press and lower and lift. Lifting the hips and taking the arms down at the same time. Engaging right where your glutes meet your thighs here. Using your breath to help you. You just have one more. Lift and press all the way up and lower all the way down. From here, bring your arms down by your sides. And you're just going to take one leg into that tabletop position. So knee goes right over your hip, and then your ankle is in line with your knee. From here, you may want to bring your heel in a little closer towards your bottom, and you're going to press up and lift your hips up at the same time. So you're lifting your hips on up, working through just that single glute. Big exhale as you lift, keeping your hips nice and even. And again, lift to press on up and lower. You have two more here. This is 2 and 1 and lower all the way back down. Other side, so you're taking your other leg into tabletop. same thing. Big inhale, exhale to lift your hips on up and then lower down. So you're working through your glutes by helping to lift your leg up through that leg that's pressed down into the mat. That's your stabilizer. 2 more. Lift. Last one. And then lower back down. Good. So from here, you're going to take both of your legs up towards the ceiling. We're going into Pilates scissors. So you're going to flex your feet, lower one leg down. So it's just hovering off the mat. From here, you're going to take your hands behind your thigh and you're going to pulse twice and breathe out and switch. You can raise those shoulder blades off the mat if you'd like. So that way you're engaging through your tummy muscles even more in this position here, and reach and press, squeeze, and switch. So that way you're engaging through those lower abs while getting that stretch through the back of your legs here. You can always lower your head down if you're feeling too much stress through your head and your neck here. Just 4 more. This is 4 and 3, 2, and 1. And then you can hug your knees in and lower them back down. So from here, you're going to take your legs up to a tabletop position. So knees go over those hips, ankles in line with your knees. From here, you're going to extend one leg out nice and long and then switch. So you're just alternating right and left here. You can keep your head down on the mat for support, engaging through your tummy muscles, or you can take your hands behind your head. And then from here, you can curl on up as you bring one knee in towards your chest, and then you can lower down as you extend and switch. Big exhale as you lift. Feeling that rib cage come in and together every single time. And lift and press up and down. Lift and lower. You have 8 and 7, 6 and 5. Lifting up nice and even, keeping the hips level. 2 more here. This is 2 and 1, and lower back down. Oh, so you should feel that nice engagement through your abs. From here, hug your knees into your chest, and you're just going to roll it on up. And from here, we're going to lie on our side. So you're going to have your knees stacked, and you're going to be on your forearm to start. Your chest is open, and your hand can either be on your hip or it can be in front of you. We're starting out with clamshells. So you're just going to open and close that top knee here. So that way you're going to feel that engagement through your hip and through your glutes. And now from here, you can press that bottom hip up if you'd like, lifting on up and down. So that way it's a little bit more of a challenge. You're strengthening through your abs and your glutes at the same time. And think press away from the mat with your arm. That way you're engaging those back muscles. You can always just keep your hips down and just stay in that clamshell position if you like. And lift and press on up and lower. You have 2 more here. Last one. And lower back down. So from here, you're going to extend your leg out to the side and just lift your leg up and down. The key to this is to keep your hips nice and squared off so they're stacked on top of each other, and you're working through the side of your hip. Using your breath here, now you can add a lift. So you can press and lift up into that side plank position and lower back down, or you can keep your hip on the mat. It's your choice. Lift and press and lower and reach and lift. You have 5 more here. Feeling that rib cage come in together. 2 more. Last one. And lower back down. So from here we have rainbow lifts. So you're extending your leg out to the side. From here, you're going to tap forward and then tap back. So as you take your leg towards the back, you want to think about lifting it up and over into that rainbow, or think U shape with this, and press. Your foot actually may not tap the back edge of the mat, and that's okay. Just go with that range of motion that works well for you, where you can feel all the muscles through the side of your hip working. And press. You have 4 more here. And 3. You got this. Think about engaging through the front of your thigh. 1 more. And then bring your knees together. From here, we're going into a half side plank. So you're going to lift your hips on up and hold it here. Engage through your glutes. If you want to go into a full side plank, extend both of your legs, open up your chest. You can reach the arm up to the ceiling. Find that length through the crown of your head for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lower all the way back down. Good, so now we have the other side. So you're just going to bring your legs on over. You're going to stack your knees, stacking your hips here for your clamshells. You can either have that hand on your hip or you can bring it in front of you. From here, you're going to start by just opening and closing that top leg. So you're working through your hip and you're working through your glute here. And now from here, you can add that side leg lift. As you press, you're going to lift your hip up and then down. So you're going into that side plank while going into that clamshell at the same time. Lift and lower and reach. Keeping that chest nice and open here. Lifting on up and back down. Think about engaging through both of your glutes through this movement. Opening up the chest. You just have 2 more here. 2 and 1, and lower back down. So from here, extend your leg out to the side. You're just lifting it up and down. You're engaging through the side of your hip. Again, collarbones are broad here. Now you can keep it in this side leg lift, or you can add a press through the hip into that side plank position, lifting up and down. Hand can be in front, or you can take your hand on your hip with this movement. Lift and reach. You have 5 more. This is 5 and 4, 3. You can do it. 2, 1 more, and then lower all the way back down. So from here, extending your leg nice and long, we're going into rainbow lifts. You're going to tap the mat in front of you towards that front corner diagonal, and then take it towards that back diagonal. Making that U shape, or think rainbow shape with your leg, lifting it up and back. Up and forward and back. So again, you're finding that length through your hip, and you're working through the range of motion of your hip as well to keep it nice and healthy. And press. And reach. Just 3 more here. 3 and 2. 1 more. And then take your leg out to the side. From here, you can bend your knees. We're going to go into that side plank, lifting your hips up high. You can hold it in a half side plank, or you can extend both legs, extending the arm up towards the ceiling for a little bit of an extra challenge here. Pressing through that forearm that's on the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then lower all the way back down. So from here, we're going to go into an all fours position. So you're going to be on your forearms with this movement. So you're going to have your shoulders right over your elbows. And then from here, you're flexing your foot and you're drawing your heel up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to bring your knees together and then exhale to lift on up. So you're working through the back of your leg here, through that whole posterior chain. So hamstring and glute are going to engage. I like to think of it as your thut right where your peach meets your thigh, and press and lift. Drawing belly button to spine so that way you're engaging your abs to support your low back here. You have 3 and 2. On the last one, you're going to just lower it down halfway, and you're going to do little pulses, driving that heel up towards the ceiling, lift and squeeze, using your breath to help you. 2, last one, and lower down. So from here, we have the same movement, but on the other side. Flexing your foot, you're lifting your heel up towards the ceiling and back down. Working through that whole back chain here. Lift and lower and reach. And pressing the heel on up. Engaging your tummy muscles to take pressure off of your back here. One more. And then from here, you're going to lift your heel on up, little pulses up, little squeezes. Keep focusing on your breath. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1, and lower back down. So from here, you can separate your knees, reach your arms forward into child's pose. So you're just reaching nice and long. Big inhale through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. One more breath here. And then from here we can go into downward dog. So you're going to go onto your knees, onto all fours, tuck your toes, lift your hips up high. So you're pressing your heels down into the mat, and you're trying to find that length through the back of your legs. You can always walk your hands back to get a little bit more of a stretch through your legs to take pressure off of your upper body. And you can always bend your knees here too. So just pressing through the back of your heels to get that full stretch in. You can start to pedal out your legs if you'd like, bending one knee and then the other to get a deeper stretch. And then from here, press both heels down into the mat. Keep lifting your hips up nice and high. And then lower your knees down onto the mat. So from here, we have bird dog. So staying on all fours. You're going to extend one arm, and then you're going to extend the opposite leg, and then lower back down. You're going to switch. So you're going to alternate from one side to the other, focusing on keeping the trunk nice and stable. And you just want to lengthen and reach, focusing on engaging your back muscles and engaging your glute at the same time. And reach to extend and lower. So with this movement, it's about stabilizing and engaging through your glutes and your abs at the same time. You have 4 more. And 3. Just 2 more. Last one. And from here, we're going into cat and cow. So you're going to round through your spine, drawing that rib cage in and together, and then lengthen to open up your chest. You can either stop in this neutral spinal position or open it up a little bit more. And again, curling the pelvis under, round, and then lengthen. You have 2 more. Again, curling and rounding that pelvis under, and lengthen. We got 1 more. Round, and then lengthen. And then from here, you can just lower back on your heels. Thank you so much for joining me on this workout. And I'm excited for you to check out more workouts on Meraki Pilates. See you soon.